Di Bain, our wonderful host, Chair of Tourism, Western Australia, and Walter Maguire, traditional owner of Noongar Country. To all our dear WTTC members and esteemed guests, good morning. Thank you for joining us for the first time ever in Australia. 62 years ago, the astronaut John Glenn said to his wife, "I'm just popping out to buy some gum." "Don't be long," she said. That day, John Glenn became the first American to orbit the Earth. He saw the very first sunrise over the Pacific Ocean from space. And his capsule was illuminated by millions of tiny fireflies made from ice particles. But then suddenly his spaceship, Friendship 7, went dark. But as he neared the coast of Australia, he began to see some glimmering. It was the lights of Perth, visible from space. And he said, "Thank everybody for turning the lights on with you," to NASA. And from that moment, Perth became the city of light. I had my own personal Perth light bulb moment when I visited Western Australia earlier this year. Justin Martin, a Noongar Yamaki man, took me around Perth's Kings Park, one of the biggest and really most beautiful parks I've ever been to. As I walked in his strong, deliberate steps, I learned about the Noongar seasons, the childbirth healing plants, sacred rivers, their 14 languages, and laws that sadly have failed at the moment to grant land rights to their traditional owners. And when I say traditional, I mean the indigenous peoples that have been here for 60,000 years. That is the oldest continuous culture on our planet. Justin also showed me, as did Robert from Waytok, that indigenous tourism has immense potential, empowering communities to be in control of their own stories and their own economic futures. Now that is regenerative tourism. Tomorrow we launch WTTC's first ever report on global indigenous tourism. You know, I have been really struck by just how good a model Western Australia is for our sector. This might be the land of mining iron ore and lithium, but travel and tourism is a resource that's growing and it keeps on giving. Let's look at its economic footprint here in Australia. This year, the tourism sector is forecast to be worth $176 billion US dollars. A bit like the global economy, that's over 10% of Australia's GDP. And you know, it's just touching the size, it could do even more. Across Oceania, that includes obviously the beautiful, enchanting Pacific Islands. The sector is projected to grow 3.2% every year for the next decade, outpacing the rest of the economy at 2.9%. You know, this isn't just about number of jobs or income. It's about the economic freedom, the agency that this work brings. You can build a life in art or nature conservation. You can sell award-winning food and wine. I particularly recommend a visit to Margaret River and the winery. You can earn a living diving every day in the ocean. The second big thing I want to mention is the value of connectivity to our sector. Enormous congratulations to Western Australia. You have a clear, strategic plan. Take Perth Airport, closer to Singapore than Sydney, and a natural gateway to Asia Pacific, which is the fastest growing travel and tourism region in the world. Perth now has direct flights to Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. WA is opening to the world. This same strategic plan is looking at how to do a bonfire of red tape, making it easier for us in this room to start businesses here. Of course, the most successful tourism economies make access easy into your country, stripping out archaic visa obstacles. Australia is renowned for strong immigration laws, but technology, with the help of our partners and companies like BFS, can boost flows without compromising security. I was talking to a friend of mine, an AI guru, who explained that every bit of recorded human knowledge, from Shakespeare to an Australian student's thesis, every training manual, every bit of learning is stored, and AI is learning from it faster than we are. Travel and tourism has now been vaunted as the sector with the most opportunities and the most to gain from AI. In cruise and airlines, it can optimize routes in bad weather.
Optimizar las rutas con mal tiempo. La informática cuántica puede ahorrar hasta un 5% en la factura de combustible de un crucero. En nuestras operaciones se trata de reducir riesgos y eliminar costos. A nivel mundial, la IA está fabricando paneles solares mucho más eficientes que la mente análoga humana. Nos está enseñando a capturar el carbono en nuestras actividades cotidianas. Incluso puede ayudarnos a contratar los candidatos mejores e indicarnos cuándo los miembros del equipo que antes estaban motivados están pensando en dimitir. Este año, nuestro sector batirá todos los récords, aportará $11.000 millones a la economía mundial. Los viajes de negocios, cuya recuperación solo está prevista para el 2025, han recuperado este año su cuota de mercado del 20%. Hemos escuchado que Australia Occidental valora y protege sus maravillas naturales únicas, como el impresionante arrecife Nicaragua y su fauna, como el simpático, amigable marsupial la cuaca. El Consejo publica hoy, con sus socios de Arabia Saudí, datos únicos que actualizan la huella medioambiental de nuestro sector. Muestran que las emisiones de gases de efecto invernadero de gas y turismo se han reducido del 7.8% en el 2019 al 7.6% del año pasado. Lo más importante es que nuestra intensidad de carbono está disminuyendo. Nuestro sector generó menos de medio kilo de carbono por dólar que viajes y turismo lo hizo el año pasado, un 8.3% menos que 2019. La mayor parte de esta reducción se debió al mayor uso de energías renovables. Aún queda mucho camino por recorrer, pero somos transparentes, responsables y estamos haciendo verdaderos progresos.
While many members
Muchos
and
de los
governments in
miembros
this
del
room
gobierno
are looking
presentes
to
en esta
expand
sala
travel
desean
and tourism to
ampliar
new
los viajes
destinations,
y el turismo
some
nuevos
destinations
destinos.
around
Algunos
the globe
destinos
are suffering from
sufren
being
por ser
too popular.
demasiado
It
populares.
is
Es
critical that
fundamental
tourism
que la
feels
población
right
local
for
se sienta
local people,
cómoda con el
that
turismo,
they can
que
touch
pueden
and
tocar
feel
y
the
sentir los
economic
beneficios
benefits and
económicos
jobs
y los
that
puestos
we
de
know
trabajo
our
que
sector
sabemos que
brings.
aporta el turismo.
Popular
Los destinos
destinations
populares
need
también
good stewardship.
necesitan una buena
Businesses
gestión.
and
Las
local
empresas
governments
y los
need to
gobiernos
work
locales
together with
deben
communities
colaborar con
to
las
show the
comunidades para
value of our
mostrar el
sector
valor de
and
nuestro sector
listen to the
y
genuine
escuchar
concerns
las
of local people.
auténticas
It's
preocupaciones
actually
de
not
la
a
población local.
one-size-fits-all
No se
solution,
trata de
but
una
there are
solución
really
única para
successful
todos, pero
examples
hay
of
ejemplos
consultation
exitosos de
and
consulta
managing
y
flows of
gestión de
visitors
flujos
in
de
peak season.
visitantes en
It
temporada
must
alta.
always be
Siempre
a
hay
win-win.
que salir ganando.
So, it's
Por
really
eso,
timely
entonces, es
today that we
oportuno que
publish a
hoy
fact that's
publiquemos
not
un
often
dato que no se destaca a
highlighted,
menudo,
which is the
el
value
valor
of
de los
taxes
impuestos
paid by our
pagados por
sector in
las
travel and
empresas de
tourism
viajes y
that
turismo
accrue
que
to government
revierten en el
exchequers.
erario público.
Last year, travel and
El año
tourism
pasado,
tax
los
revenues
ingresos fiscales de
amounted
viajes
to
y turismo ascendieron
$3.3
a
trillion
$3.3
US.
billones de
That's
dólares
income that helps
estadounidenses.
build
Son ingresos que
roads,
ayudan a construir
hospitals,
carreteras,
and
hospitales
schools.
y escuelas.
Let's see
A ver si
governments
los
target
gobiernos
some of this
destinan
money
parte
for
de este tiempo
improved
a
destination
mejorar la
management.
gestión de los destinos.
I hope you enjoy the
Espero que
summit.
disfruten
We
esta
have an
cumbre.
absolute
Tenemos
fabulous
una
lineup between
gran
today and
alineación
tomorrow.
entre hoy y
Later we're
mañana
honoured to
y
welcome
más
the
tarde
US
tenemos el
Secretary
honor de
John
recibir al
Kerry.
secretario de
We
Estado
have
John Kerry,
wildlife
tenemos al
warrior Robert
guerrero de la
Irwin,
vida
and
salvaje Robert
incredible
Irwin y
leaders from our
líderes
own
como
ranks like
Jameson de
Jason from
nuestros propios
Trip.com
rangos
and
de
Matt
Trip.com y
Goldberg from
Matt Goldberg de
TripAdvisor.
TripAdvisor.
This afternoon,
Esta
our
tarde
chairman
nuestro
Greg will be
presidente Greg
leading our very own,
dirigirá
I'm allowed to
nuestro
call it this, Dragon's
nido de
Den,
inversores
Investors
que
Nest,
le
where
llamamos, en
university
el que
students will
estudiantes
pitch their
universitarios
sustainable
presentarán
business
sus
ideas
ideas
to a panel
empresariales
of really hawkish CEO
sustentables a
investors.
un grupo
And
de
who knows,
inversores
perhaps the next really
presididos por
business idea
consejeros
will be
delegados.
born here
Quién
today
sabe,
in
quizá el
Perth.
próximo gran negocio
I
nazca
want
aquí
to
mismo en Perth.
end back
Quiero
where I
acabar
started,
donde
with the
comencé,
words
con
of
la
John
palabra de
Glenn.
John Glenn. Él
He
dijo,
said, a lot of people
mucha
ask
gente se
why a
pregunta
man
por
is
qué
willing
un
to
hombre
risk
está
his
dispuesto a
tail
arriesgar
for
su
something like
cola
space travel.
por algo como un vuelo
Glenn
espacial.
believed people
Glenn
were afraid of
creía
the
que la
future
gente
and
tenía
of the
miedo al
unknown.
futuro, a lo desconocido.
But as he
Pero
said,
como
if a
dijo él,
man
si un
takes
hombre
the
se
dare of the
atreve con el
future,
futuro,
he can have
puede
some
tener cierto
control
control
over his
sobre su
destiny.
destino.
I think that
Creo
just
que
about
eso
sums up the
resume el
courageous
papel
and
valiente
innovative
e
role of
inspirador
our
de
sector.
nuestro
So
sector.
thank you
Gracias
all
a
and
todos
have
y
a
que tengan
wonderful
una
summit.
cumbre maravillosa.